This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. I'm Kate Sharon. Indianapolis-based Engage Mentoring launched the Mentoring Women's Network program Tuesday morning, which is a support system organizations and companies can deploy to develop female employees with skills to become effective leaders. After years of assisting companies with mentoring, Allison Martin, Engage Mentoring founder and managing director, said they are continuing to see a gap of women in leadership positions. Therefore, the program seeks to specialize its existing skills-focused programming to provide participants with needed mentorship and development opportunities.
The first thing that women do when they come into an organization is they look up, and if they don't see shining examples of women in leadership within an organization, it's going to cause them to question whether they see a path. And so, and if organizations are not intentional about ensuring that they're investing in this, they're going to, likely see a retention issue where women will go elsewhere.
The new program will be targeted towards male-dominated fields where women may struggle to see themselves represented as leaders. Specific industries include financial services, manufacturing, construction, and tech. The program is described as tech-enabled, since its platform allows for manager-employee feedback and mentors to be selected from a database to focus on soft skills needed in executive leadership. From there, Martin said the program will aid in supplemental learning using an apprenticeship approach. A utility trailer manufacturer in Northeast Indiana announced new leadership. Markle-based Nove said Tuesday that Manish Bhandari has taken over as CEO, succeeding co-founder Chris Story, who will remain involved with the company on its board of directors. Bhandari most recently served as CEO of Current, a lighting solutions manufacturer headquartered in Greenville, South Carolina. He also held multiple leadership roles with New Jersey-based Emerson Electric. Story and co-founder Steve Burns will continue to serve as executive vice chairs of the Nove board. After 14 years inside the Southern Indiana Career and Technical Center in Evansville, New Tech Institute High School started the year in a new semester in a different building. The Evansville Vanderburg School Corporation moved New Tech from its Lynch Road facility to the former Harwood Career Preparatory High School on First Avenue over the holiday break. The school corporation closed the prep school last year. New Tech's new location gives students access to basic high school amenities they've never had before, such as a gym and cafeteria. It also allows for the expansion of extracurricular activities such as archery and robotics. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Looking for a great way to tip off the 2024 NBA All-Star Weekend in Indy? I'm Gary Dick, inviting you to join business and community leaders from throughout the state at the Economic Club of Indiana Luncheon, sponsored by IBJ Media. It's February 15th at noon at the Indiana Convention Center. I'll be interviewing NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, giving you an inside look at the league and all things All-Star Weekend. Reserve your ticket or table for 8 now at economicclubofindiana.com.
The Supreme Court on Tuesday passed up a chance to intervene in the debate over bathrooms for transgender students, rejecting an appeal from an Indiana public school district. IIB's Alex Brown has more.
Federal appeals courts are divided over whether school policies enforcing restrictions on which bathrooms transgender students can use violate federal law or the Constitution. In the case the court rejected without comment, the Chicago-based 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals upheld an order granting transgender boys access to the boys' bathroom. The appeal came from the Metropolitan School District of Martinsville, about 30 miles southwest of Indianapolis. The Federal Appeals Court in Richmond, Virginia also has ruled in favor of transgender students, while the appeals court based in Atlanta came out the other way. Legal battles over transgender rights are ongoing across the country, and at least 9 states are restricting transgender students to bathrooms that match the sex they were assigned at birth. In her opinion for the 7th Circuit, Judge Diane Wood wrote that the High Court's involvement seemed inevitable. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Five for Fighting, a Grammy Award-nominated artist known for its 2001 hit Superman, It's Not Easy, will headline one of the first events at a 600-person capacity entertainment venue in Plainfield. Hendrix Live, a component of the new Plainfield Civic Center on Tuesday, announced 3 concerts and a series of community open houses in advance of an opening night celebration planned for a yet-to-be-announced date in May. Hendrix Live includes a proscenium theater and a multi-purpose event space. The venue's name is a nod to Hendricks County. A new statewide report is fueling discussions about consolidating Indiana's smallest school districts, but state lawmakers continue to lack an appetite for action, at least for now. For years, the Indiana Chamber of Commerce has asked the General Assembly to move legislation that encourages school districts with fewer than 2,000 students to consolidate. Small and rural school officials, longtime critics of the Chamber's lobby for more school consolidation, are pushing back against the new study and the potential for Indiana policies that would require small schools to increase their student population. Marathon Health has opened a new health center in agreement with the city of Richmond, Virginia, to provide services to its more than 3,300 employees. The Indianapolis-based organization provides employers with on-site, network, and virtual primary care clinics. The center in Richmond and 2 additional network locations, slated to open in the greater Richmond area in the coming months, mark the expansion of the company into Virginia. The locations will provide services to the Richmond city employees and their families, as well as to employers in the surrounding area who are members of the Marathon Health Network. Dan Starr, president and CEO of Fort Wayne's Do It Best, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Kate Sharon for Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.